monster hit by Pronger.
Next time you get the food.
Get real-time stats and tons of highlights only on NHL.com.
That guy doesn't play for us.
He will, by 10:35 tonight.
Get the exclusive inside scoop around the NHL only on NHL.com.
The greetings are different. The need to feel welcome is the same. You don't just stay here, you belong.
This April, NASN brings you more of the very best North American sports action. The NHL playoffs begin with conference, quarterfinal, and semifinal games. The college basketball season comes to a close as we crown the national champion. NFL franchises take their pick of the best of this year's college crop in the 2008 NFL Draft. And we bring you a new 60-minute hard-hitting sports feature program from ESPN, E60. More great live North American sport this April on NASN.
Last night, the Stars came out to play, and B.J. Raymond for the X-Men. Big shots in overtime. Tyler Hansbrough, tough time in the first half against Washington State, but came through. Kevin Love, dominant performance against Western Kentucky. And Earl Clark, a double-double against Tennessee, as Louisville just dominated a team that a lot of folks thought would be able to make it, at least to that regional final, Tennessee. But Louisville just playing absolutely terrific basketball.
Davidson up by a point. Ryan Butch at the line, misses the first free throw. Butch on the season a 65% free throw shooter. 8 points in the first half thus far. And we're tied. 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Here comes a sub as Steemsma comes in and replaces Butch. So Rossiter, the inbounder. He finds Richards quickly into the front court. With time, 2 to go. It's up and off the top of the backboard. And at the end of the first half, we're tied at 36. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in New York with AT&T at the half. After this message and a word from your local station, you're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's NCAA basketball champion.
Guys at PTI are on board to enlighten us on the lighter side of American sports.
A certain, how did the French say, I don't know what?
Quoi means I don't know what.
They even embrace European culture. Well, at least they're gonna try.
Today, how did they say that in England, Mike?
No guess today, Maurice.
I guess that was very southern Britain. Good night, Europe. Here's the flags and the nation.
Pardon the interruption. Catch Mike and Tony exclusively here on NASN.
XGames.com is the year-round online destination for action sports from around the world. We've got the latest vids, bios, photo galleries, and news 24/7, 365. moto, BMX, skate, rally, surf, and the exclusive home of the X Games. If it happened in the world of action sports, it'll be on xgames.com. Bookmark it and log on early and often. Anytime, any place. xgames.com.
Do you miss the hard-hitting action of American football? Then check out the high-speed excitement of the Arena Football League on NASN. It's got all the intensity of NFL football at twice the speed. More hits, more passing, more scoring, and more thrills. Live game coverage each and every week of the season. Arena Football on NASN.
AT&T at the half. Your world delivered.
And welcome once again to our studios here in New York, everyone, for AT&T at the half. I'm Greg Gumbel. A heck of a half in Detroit, where Davidson and Wisconsin are tied at 36 at the break. Meanwhile, in Houston, Stanford and Texas, the Longhorns lead at 23-16, 7:52 to play in the first half. Let's take you there live. Jim Nantz and Billy Packer.
All right, well, we come out of a break here in Houston with the Longhorns leading it by 7. They had a lead as large as 9. And Stanford just woeful shooting so far, 27%.
Finger back into the ball game, did a nice job when he first got in there.
Brooke Lopez's pass deflected over to Washington. Back to Mitch Johnson. Goods from the top of the key with a 3. No. Again, the Cardinal just can't find it so far.
Well, Chapman, Ashley, and James in there. Pretty big back line now, about as big as Texas can become. And with this lead, they're wanting to play on that defensive end.
Lying on the floor, and it stays with Texas. That was Chapman down low, battling for it.
Notice Abrams out of the game. They go back to man-to-man. Goods on Augustine, who comes back out for the ball.
And Finger makes the steal. That's off his knee, though.
He wanted a foul. Maybe he should have had it. Good move by Texas. Get the ball out of Mason's hands, back to Augustine. Augustine running without the ball. Goods chasing him around. And Jim, like, you feel like the crowd is not even here. You know what? They're so far away from the court that although I thought Texas would have a big home crowd advantage, you don't feel that.
And there's a steal by Johnson. Kicks it back out. Goods.
Lopez wide open to the
down to Robin Lopez. That shot off the rim. His brother's put back. No. Back to Robin. Yes.
Jim, that's what I was talking about, volleyball. Just get that ball inside. Let the two brothers go after it.
28-22 lead for Texas.
That should be their offense. Now, how do they stop Texas? That's another story. Texas Creighton getting about whatever they want on the offensive end of the floor.
Now they get it back down low. Lopez's shot again off the back of the rim.
It's interesting how much Mason has had the ball in his hands, and Augustine and Abrams just running without the ball down on the baseline.
Augustine here. Again, some brilliant footwork. Gives it up, Ashley. And yes, the basket will count. They don't head to the line. That's 6 points now for Ashley. Amazing watching Augustine penetrate, Billy.
It reminds me a lot of Chris Paul.
Hey there, Horners. Tony Reale here, floating an invitation your way to go around the horn weekdays right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Feast your eyes on my band, the Merry Journalists, who contemplate, manipulate, debate the latest sports news from around the world. So, if you're a sports nutter, a novice, or just sleepless in Slough, you're sure to enjoy the banter. Don't miss Around the Horn right here on NASN. Horn!
Cheerio!
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way. I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain.
Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
For live commentary, news and stats, scrum.com. Instant rugby, anywhere.
Major League Baseball returns to NASN this spring with live regular season games. It's a fresh start for the Yankees as they play host to the Blue Jays. The Giants head to LA to face the Dodgers. And the Twins welcome the Angels. Coverage starts with ESPN's Baseball Tonight, a live MLB tripleheader this Monday only on NASN.
Has UCLA within one win of a third straight Final Four, and Louisville advancing to the Elite Eight. Look at Rick Pitino's record now in his career in the regional semifinals.
Not bad, 8-0.
That was not a bad compliment you made for DJ Augustine going to break.
Well, he reminds me a lot of Chris Paul. He has that ability to, under control, be going full speed, making everything look like slow motion. That shot that he made over Lopez on the inside, that really takes incredible talent for a man that small, going full speed, realizing there's going to be just enough room to get that shot off. That's the reason why he's a first-team All-American.
No question. That completes the three-point play after the foul on Kenny Brown going to the break. And Texas has matched its largest lead of 9.
Here's a 2-1-2. Not a half-court trap. It's designed maybe if something comes up to take it off, but not to really put that much pressure on.
And Lopez followed up by Brook.
Jim, that's all Stanford has to do. Throw the ball into
Get
one
it down
Lopez.
low.
Yeah, throw the ball into one Lopez.
And let the other one crash the boards just in case.
I mean, it does not have to be a complicated game.
Got no outside game working here tonight. Their guards have not scored. Their guards are a combined 0 for 8. As Mason has it rejected, but follow-up, yes.
That's a fine job he's doing coming in off that bench.
Well, that's some unexpected production now for Chapman with 4 points. Average is only a point a game.
His high this year is 7 against Texas State.
And nice little jump hook by Robin Lopez for Stanford.
Well, until Texas can prove they can stop it, Stanford doing the wise thing, taking that ball down inside.
DJ Augustine with the 3. He now has 10.
And he's doing it so easily. Not being played very tough outside, gives him room to make the passes or take the jump shot.
Hill from the corner. And that's the first 3 of the night for Stanford. Lawrence Hill, the junior from Glendale, Arizona.
Augustine tries to pick up the cheap foul on Lopez. The referees just laugh.
Now Mason fires 1. Yes, another 3. And a timeout called by Texas. Texas by 10.
ESPN on early and often, anytime, any place. XGames.com.
Yes, it's a glove. It's a baseball glove.
For Wilson gloves and much, much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
greetings are different. The need to feel welcome is the same. You don't just stay here, you belong.
Welcome back. Our score at halftime, Davidson at 10, 36, Wisconsin 36. Gus Johnson along with Len Elmore as advertised. Stephen Curry, a terrific basketball player.
Well, he certainly is. Davidson's done a terrific job of establishing his offense, and it all begins with Stephen Curry, who all he needs is a little bit of daylight, even hitting challenge shots. But Michael Flowers doing a terrific job on his own. Again, running around a number of screens, getting hands on the ball, and really bothering Curry for the most part.
Here is the in-game box score powered by CBS College Sports Network, the 24-hour college sports channel from CBS Sports.
Well, against one of the nation's top defenses, Davidson just shooting lights out, 54%. And obviously it's not just Stephen Curry. Davidson has established other players as well. And for Wisconsin, Michael Flowers doing a pretty good job himself offensively. And I think, again, it really comes down to making Davidson play a little more defense. A couple of quick shots by Wisconsin's kind of hurt them.
So the big story for Wisconsin in that first half, Trayvon Hughes injured his foot. We initially thought it was an ankle, but it turns out to be a foot. He will not start the second half, but he will be available.
And you talk about a key development. Obviously, Hughes, if he's not available to come back, puts a lot of pressure on the rotation for Bo Ryan. If Flowers gets in foul trouble, it really gets into the depth of the Wisconsin guards.
So Hughes in that first half playing only 8 minutes. 0 for 3 from the field. No points. Start of the second half. Davidson, the Cinderella of the tournament. A 10. Here's Curry straight away. Taking on the Wisconsin Badgers, a number 3 seed. Our score tied at 36 at halftime. Stephen Curry with a big first half for Davidson. He averages 26 a game. He has 11 points on 4 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. He's the big story for Davidson. Meanwhile, for Wisconsin, they're playing without their star point guard, Trayvon Hughes, who was limited to only 8 minutes of action in the first half, 0 for 3 from the field. No points, no assists. He has an injured foot, but he will be available here in the second half.
Officials looking at a replay, trying to see if the ball hit the rim. It appears that it did, just barely. But in that first half, Gus, both teams playing to their strengths. Davidson with their quickness, 5 Wisconsin turnovers. Davidson getting 10 points off of those turnovers, including 11 fast break points. And Wisconsin with their size advantage inside, 8 offensive rebounds, 15 second chance points.
And in that first half, we had 8 ties and 10 lead changes. The officials, David Hall, Tom Eads, and Paul Faya.
And the officials determining that the ball did hit the rim have reset the shot clock. The shot clock on the right side of your screen. Ball hits the rim. Now it should reset to 35. Now the officials are figuring, okay, once they've established that it should reset, how much time lapsed before they recognized it? It looks like only 2 seconds, so 33 seconds on the shot clock.
So here come the Wildcats from Davidson. They have won a school record 24 in a row, the longest winning streak in the country. They advanced to the Sweet 16 by defeating Gonzaga in the first round and Georgetown in the second.
So much for the playing on a football stadium floor and the depth perception problems. Because Davidson shooting lights out, 54%. You see the steal there away from Stephen Curry.
As the third turnover for Davidson this evening. So here comes Wisconsin, 31-4. They won the Big East regular season and tournament title. 16-2 in conference play. Butch, their leading scorer and rebounder, turns it over. Lead pass, Lovedale, the Nigerian, and he is fouled going to the basket. So the winner of this basketball game will take on the winner of our next game between Kansas and Villanova. Kansas the top.
And I tell you what, Gus, one of the things that you can see right now, the strategy of Davidson is to make Wisconsin earn everything. You take a look at Butch, just shed the defender. And they're going to foul guys going to the basket, not allow them to get easy ones, make them earn it on the free throw line.
So Steph Curry picks up his first foul, and that sends Greg Steamsman to the line. Senior from Randolph, Wisconsin, as he hits the first one. Don't forget, coming up Sunday at 9, 8 Central, a new episode of Cold Case. 40-38. And here comes Richards into the front court, runs a pick and roll. Backdoor, nice play, and a foul as Paulus Goslin beat his man to the basket and will go to the line.
You got to marvel at the movement without the ball by Davidson. Again, getting guys open and pushing it up the floor, not allowing the Wisconsin defense to get set. Look at number 14 right there, just a quick, not even a kind of a curl, gets in front of his man and gets an opportunity to basket.
So Max Paulus Goslin, the junior from Quebec, is a defensive stopper on this team. They call him the Pest, and he hit 2 huge shots on the baseline against Gonzaga. And that second free throw going down. Here comes a sub, Lovedale comes into the game, and he replaces Thomas Sander. 42-38. Bohannon picked up the foul, his second. Now that sets up the press for Davidson. What are they trying to get out of this against Wisconsin?
Well, Davidson wants to speed the game up, recognizing that Wisconsin has turned the ball over more times than you would expect, and they've gotten points off those turnovers.
Wisconsin has turned it over 7 times. They turn it over 12.2 times per game on the season. Here's a pick and roll. Flowers lets it go from deep. That one rims up. And Minnow with a tough rebound and a reach-in foul coming up on. So here comes Flower. Hughes. Flowers again. 9 to shoot. To the basket.
That's too much handle.
Throws it out of bounds. 8 turnovers now for the Badgers.
Last basket, again, movement without the ball. You got so much stuff going on.
What did I miss?
A Lundqvist shutout, abs, wings, and OT, and a monster hit by Pronger.
Next time you get the food.
Get real-time stats and tons of highlights only on NHL.com.
That guy doesn't play for us.
He will, by 10:35 tonight.
Get the exclusive inside scoop around the NHL only on NHL.com.
And Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
This April, NASN brings you more of the very best North American sports action. The NHL playoffs begin with conference, quarterfinal, and semifinal games. The college basketball season comes to a close as we crown the national champion. NFL franchises take their pick of the best of this year's college crop in the 2008 NFL Draft. And we bring you a new 60-minute hard-hitting sports feature program from ESPN, E60. More great live North American sport this April on NASN.
NCAA March Madness Central, powered by the first ever Pontiac G8, is your home for live look-ins, in-game highlights, and more throughout the tournament. Check it out only on the CBS College Sports Network.
Well, one of the keys for Davidson was to be able to establish other guys besides Stephen Curry. And you take a look, Ryan Barr, Jason Richards, all chipping in to support Stephen Curry. And for Davidson, 7 of the 9 guys in their rotation have scored. That puts a lot of pressure on the Wisconsin defense because you cannot load up on Stephen Curry if other guys are capable of putting the ball in the basket.
So Curry at the line, 13 points tonight, 5 of 14 from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. And that is his first free throw attempt of the evening. Points off turnovers, very interesting stat. Wisconsin throwing it away today. 8 turnovers for the Badgers. And that sets up the pressure.
And that's why Davidson persists in the pressure, knowing that Wisconsin right now, turnover prone. Got Jason Bohannon, even though he's 6th man of the year in the Big Ten. Again, he's not Trayvon Hughes. And they're looking to try to really put pressure on the Wisconsin guards.
Now Flowers along with Landry, Krabbenhoff, Steemsma, and Bohannon. 9 to shoot as Bohannon sets it up, guarded by Curry, reaching. Here's the screen, Bohannon curling to the basket, and he'll go to the line.
And that's what Wisconsin has to do. Instead of settling for jump shots, they've got the size, they've got the ability to put the ball on the floor. They've got to put pressure on the Davidson D. And you take a look, to try for the steal right there, the lane to go to the hole, and Bohannon takes the contact. You got to attack if you're Wisconsin.
So Minnow picks up the foul, and Jason Bohannon, a sophomore from Marion, Iowa. He comes from a athletic family. His dad, Gordy, was the quarterback on the 1981 Iowa Rose Bowl team. And according to his coaches, in order for this Wisconsin team to play well, he's got to hit threes, and he's doing other things to really improve his game, meaning sliding his feet on defense as well. So he has really improved this season.
Well, he's certainly given Wisconsin a lift. And he's the last guy you want on the free throw line, shooting about 96%, leading the Big Ten in free throw percentage.
And the foul on the made free throw will go against Greg Steemsma as he shot an elbow, I believe, to Curry. And that is team foul number 6. Let's take another look at what happened at the free throw line.
Take a look, Steamsma right there in the front. He's got that forearm.
Actually gave that forearm to Archambault. Archambault now at the free throw line. And Steamsma will go to the bench, replaced by Butch. He leaves after picking up his second foul.
I like the way Flowers went over there and told Steamsma probably just stay tough.
7 fouls now called against Wisconsin. Davidson shooting 1-and-1 as Archambault misses the front end. We have 15-17 to play in the second half. Now Landry kicking, Flowers, extra pass, Krabbenhoff. 10 to shoot, Krabbenhoff. He rattles it home for 3.
I mean, excellent ball movement, exploration inside, but still inside out off the bounce.
Krabbenhoff with 7. Now Richards, so crafty with the ball. Great vision. Curry off the window, high and in.
I tell you what, though, Brian Butch switched out on Curry. His hands, instead of extending himself, his hands are going to Curry's chest instead of above, trying to get in his face. And Curry, that's all the daylight he needs. Take a look at Brian Butch's defense. You'll see Curry run off some screens. Butch will ultimately be the one that faces him. Look where his hands go. They go to his chest and not his face.
Meanwhile, the second foul called on Richards. 48-43, Davidson. Flowers. Butch wants it inside. They miss it. And a whistle away from the ball.
Took the foul is on Thomas Sander again. Trying to play physical play down low defensively. Second foul on Sander, but that's what happens when you start looking inside. You start isolating that defender, and if he's pushing and holding, the officials are going to look at it. Too often, Wisconsin is taking a quick look and going away from and not giving the officials a chance to focus in on what the defenders are doing to keep the ball from going inside. See, there's the look right there, and officials make the call.
So Sander will pick up his 3rd foul, just like that. 14:05 to play. Sunday on 60 Minutes, a baseball genius who helped win the World Series. What are his secrets? Find out Sunday on 60 Minutes. Davidson is led by as many as 8. Wisconsin by as many as 3. Landry posting. Draws a double, dribbles out of it. He's bumped by Lovedale, and he'll pick up his 3rd.
Now, Gus, 3 times in a row now, Wisconsin has taken the patience to look inside and then move guys away from the postman and allowing him probably to go one-on-one. Take a look at Bo Ryan right there, recognizing that he absolutely needs to start getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the Davidson defense.
Landry now to the basket. Turnaround jumper. Got it.
I think this is what Wisconsin would call Badger basketball.
That's right. Let's pound you into submission. Get you in foul trouble. Landry with 6. Curry lets it go again.
I told you, just a little bit of daylight, just a sliver.
That's all he needs. Just like his old man. 51-45. Curry has 20.
Better get a hand in his face and draw the shades.
Now Butch posting. Krabbenhoff, strip, picked up. Richards, he's got Curry on the wing. He's going to spot up. There he goes. Oh, he lets it fly again. Rips it. Folks, we got a star in the Motor City. 54-45. Davidson with its largest lead of the game. Timeout, Wisconsin. The young fella rising and hitting.
Exception bothering the shooters out here, particularly Stephen Curry. You look at him averaging 33 points in 3 tournament games tonight. 23, 8 of 17, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc.
There's a big-time basketball player in attendance. LeBron James is in the Davidson section. He has been invited to watch the game by the Davidson basketball team. Inside, and tie-up coming up. And there he is, one of the best basketball players on the planet, LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers. An invited guest of Davidson, sitting in the, or near the student section. I know my. So Krabbenhoff will inbound it. Flowers, Bohannon, Butch, Landry.
It's important answer time for Wisconsin.
Almost a steal. That one goes over the head and out of bounds, and there's an injured Badger at midcourt. That's Flowers. May have banged his shoulder or elbow going up for that ball as Wisconsin throws it away for the 10th time.
And considering that with Trayvon Hughes being injured and not getting much time here in the second half, Flowers recognizes how shorthanded Wisconsin is defensively in the guard position, or shorthanded in total in the guard position. He bounced right back up.
Rossiter is checked in along with Richards, the point guard, with it now. Curry, Meno, and Paulus Gosselin. Curry popping out on the wing.
More than at any other time, it's time for Wisconsin to try to get the ball out of Curry's hands.
Flowers in his hip pocket. Richards lets it go, and hits.
And this is what I spoke about, establishing other guys. You try to take the ball out of Curry's hands, guys are backing off, trying to help out.
And a steal. Meno takes it away from Flowers. Curry dumps it down.
And then trying to help out, leaving other guys wide open. There's a little bit of daylight. And the crowd almost expects it to go in every time it leaves the young man's hand.
Richards. We'll back it up and restart.
With this kind of lead, 12-point lead, it's easy for Davidson now to play very deliberately, try to get the ball where they need it.
Richards, long jump shot, no good. Loose ball. Meno with the loose change. He can't lay it down. Batted around. Paulus Gosselin to Richards. And that will not count. It's a shot clock violation. 11:16 to play in the second half. Davidson with the lead.
To Detroit, Dustin Lynn.
Thanks, Greg. 11:16 to play second half. Davidson at 10 against Wisconsin at 3. And Davidson with its largest lead of the game. Wisconsin 100%, Lenny, out of sync. How do they get back in sync offensively?
Well, I think offensively it begins on the defensive end. They've got to be able to string together some stops. And certainly on the other side, on the offensive end, get as patient as they can, try to draw some fouls, try to get some buckets that are easy buckets. Instead, it's Davidson with the easy buckets. 12 turnovers by Wisconsin, only 4 for Davidson, and 18 points off the turnovers for Davidson. So they're the ones that have gotten the easy baskets. And they've got 11 more field goal attempts than Wisconsin, primarily due to the turnovers. And the more shots you give a team like Davidson, who shoots it so well, the deeper a hole you dig yourself in if you're Wisconsin.
10 to shoot. Davidson on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Curry, 4 to shoot. He's got a fire and does. And that's another 3 for Stephen Curry, and Davidson takes a 60-45 lead. Inside Butch, nice catch, and he's fouled. What an incredible score as we take a look at the game summary by half.
Well, Davidson picked up where they left off in the first half from the field, and Stephen Curry just still pouring it on right now, letting the game come to him, taking the shots that he likes, and Wisconsin doing everything they can to put a blanket on him, and they just can't seem to catch him.
As Butch misses the free throw, Lovedale and Sander come back in. But Stephen Curry He had 11 points at halftime. He has 26 now for Davidson, right at his season average. Remember, he had 30 against Georgetown, 25 in the second half. He had 40 against Gonzaga. And the winner of this game takes on the winner of our second game between Kansas and Villanova. That's an offensive foul as Flowers slides in and takes a charge, and Bob McKillop cannot believe the call.
One of the few times in a one-on-one situation that Flowers has gotten the benefit. Just anticipated Curry going to the right and took that position. That's one stop. But the missed free throws with only a little less than 10 minutes remaining, you know, that's pretty tough for Wisconsin. Time is ticking away. They're not the type of offense that's going to come back at you in an explosive manner. They've got to be able to make stops on the defensive end like they did just then, and then answer those stops with some buckets. It's the pace of Wisconsin that can help them, but in a situation like this, when you're down 15, certainly hurts you. You got to be able to quicken the pace now, get better shots.
Flowers doing a lot of dribbling. Richards right on him, almost stolen. Running jump shot, that's an air ball. The step back will go the first time, ignore the second. And a whistle and foul on the baseline.
And how about Davidson just battling and battling, forcing Wisconsin to just get in there and almost scrap for the baskets. Wisconsin is the team that has the better size inside. And really, they've been forced to scrap for every basket they can get here in the second half.
Third foul on Curry. And Flowers makes the first. Don't forget, coming up, a new episode returns Thursday at 9/8 Central of CSI, TV's most watched drama. Now that... Second free throw, no good. 60-46. Here comes Richards. Finds a cutting Curry. Oh, my goodness! Young fella!
Stephen Curry doing his best Spider-Man imitation. Just take a look right here. Watch him gyrate. Might be an English major at Davidson.
No doubt about it.
Applying some of that on the backboard.
28 points, 17 in the second half, and make it 29. Curry giving him numbers. He'll check out, take a quick blow with 9:10 to play. In the second half, Davidson running Wisconsin out of the gym.
17-point lead. You can afford to rest your best player and continue to apply the pressure, as Wisconsin just having all sorts of problems scoring, even when they're freebies on the line.
Flowers spinning inside. Flipped up a bad shot, tipped up and in, though, by Steemsma.
Davidson continues after a make to push it up the floor to explore that Davidson D, not allow it to get set.
That one knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Badgers.
And that's kind of what they did in the first half, and put the pressure on Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is bending.
Inside. That's Barr. He can't get it to go. Here come the Badgers. Somebody's got to step up for Wisconsin. They need some offense. Flowers has been doing a lot by himself. Bohannon was hot in the first half with 3 threes. Baseline jump shot up, no good for Steemsma.
And that's one of the problems with Wisconsin. Despite the size they have, they don't have guys who are just straight out post guys who will establish post position. Landry might be the best of them. The other big guys for Wisconsin rather shoot the 3, not comfortable down on a low block. And this is not a time when you want guys out there at that size shooting a 3, because you need offensive rebounding. You need to be able to score any way you can.
Lovedale slipping to the bucket. He pounds it down and will go to the line. Davidson with a whole lot of swagger now. They're 7 minutes and 57 seconds away from the Elite Eight. 7:57 to go. 65-48. Back to the motor after the...
They're obviously having historical seasons for them. And how about Louisville now? Rick Pitino understands how to play in this tournament. And Ben Howland has done just about everything except win a national championship during the years he's been at UCLA. Maybe this is the year for him.
They feel like he can do it finally with a big man. And that's a little big man right there, Stephen Curry. 29 points.
Trying to get loose, but the way this game is shaping up, he may not necessarily have to get back in the ball game unless Wisconsin finds a way.
Greg Gumbel in New York. We will keep track of what Davidson is doing against Wisconsin, but right now let's get you to Houston. Wildcats led by Stephen Curry, who now has 31 points all over Wisconsin. 69-50, time running out on the Badgers. 5 back, Stanford and Texas. 3 minutes to play in Detroit. Davidson looking to make it a 25-game winning streak. Let's join Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
2:57 to play in the second half. Davidson with a 69-52 lead. The story for the Davidson Wildcats has been their terrific sophomore Stephen Curry with 31 points.
And in some, it's really been quickness versus size, and quickness has won out. Davidson doing a lot of things defensively, providing an awful lot of pressure, forcing Wisconsin into 12 turnovers, getting 18 points off those turnovers, and certainly 18 fast break points as Davidson continued to push the ball at Wisconsin with great success.
So Landry missing the first free throw. So let's take a look as the winner of this game will take on the winner of Kansas-Villanova coming up next. North Carolina-Louisville set at 1 versus 3. Coach Roy against Coach Pitino. 69-53.
Wisconsin again, they've got to step up. They've got to do something to get some deflections. Davidson, a nice job with spacing. It's spread so far, not an awful lot of help, not a lot of opportunities. You know, if I'm Wisconsin, I got to double now. I've got to find a way, kind of zone up a little bit, put the ball in the air so they might have a chance at it.
Curry around the screen, inside Lovedale, ball fake and bucket. Wow, what a play. There you see the wizardry of Stephen Curry as he put that one right into the hands of Lovedale underneath off the dribble. Approaching the 2-minute mark, 71-53. Krabenhoff banks one in.
And it's something that I think in retrospect Wisconsin wish they did more of. Posting up, spreading the floor, being able to utilize their size inside. Because this one is just about over. And you know, I say it's over, Wisconsin knows it too. They've expended so much energy right now. Their guys are dragging and they're not able to continue to chase Davidson.
Richards. That one rims off, rebounded by Flowers. He finds Bohannon, who drives and draws a foul. So it looks like Wisconsin will lose this game, but you have to give a lot of credit to the season that they've had. 31-4, 16-2 in the conference. And Coach Ryan, here's a man that is truly one of the great coaches in the country. Doesn't get a whole lot of love, or as much love as he should, from us national media types.
Well, his record speaks for itself. It's just in a game like this, they just ran into, you know, a ball of fire by the name of Stephen Curry. And in doing so, with the effort to try to stop him and take the ball out of his hands, allowed Davidson to establish some other guys. And, you know, this is what it comes down to. They're running the hot Curry and they got burned.
That's right. And you also have to look at the game Richards has had. 11 points and 13 assists for their senior point guard. 71-56, Curry fouled in the backcourt. So our Chevrolet players of the game, no surprises here. Stephen Curry with 31 points on 11 of 22 shooting. He hit 6 of 11 from the three-point line. And Michael Flowers with 12 points and 6 rebounds.
And let's give Michael Flowers some credit. He did all that he could to stop or try to stop this young man. Obviously, you can't do it by yourself. He needed some help from his teammates, but it was difficult for his teammates to do it because of the way Davidson moved the ball, spread the floor, got other guys involved.
So now a sub coming in for Wisconsin, and this is Tanner Bronson. He will come in and replace Joe Krabbenhoff. Krabbenhoff leaves with 10 points. Curry adds a second free throw. 73 to 56. 33 points for Stephen Curry. As we close in on a minute. Inside Bohannon, the left-hand runner won't go. Gets his own rebound. So Davidson will advance to the Elite Eight. How about this, folks? They await the winner of top-seeded Kansas here in the Midwest, taking on Villanova.
Gus, the surprise is not that Davidson won, because we knew they're a hot team. We know that they have the winning habit, 24 consecutive wins. This is their 25th as Stephen Curry comes off to an ovation. But it's the way in which they beat Wisconsin. And it was quickness against size. Davidson asserted themselves right from jump.
Spicy Curry. And now Lovedale checks out, along with Richards, as the subs will get an opportunity to play for the final 57.9. That ball stolen away by Rossiter, along with Barr. And here comes Brendan McKillop. McKillop on the baseline, along with Nelms. Dan Nelms is checked in. Skip pass, Barr with 10 to shoot. Shows it, lets it go. And out of bounds, last touch by the Badgers. And here come the substitutes for the Badgers. How about Coach Bob McKillop, 19th year. He is heading to the Final 8, old school type coach, New York guy. Made a home at Davidson, no nonsense. And he said to us yesterday during practice, guys, I hope we can give you something to get excited about tomorrow. They certainly did.
I'll say, and again, it comes down to not the question of whether Davidson would win or not, because they are that good, folks. When you win 25 in a row, you got something going for you, but it's in the way in which they beat the Big Ten Conference Tournament champions in Wisconsin. I mean, just took them apart.
So they will hold the ball up. 10 seconds to go, and that'll do it. How about this? The Davidson Wildcats advance 73-56 over Wisconsin, and they are heading to the Final 8. .73-56 the final. Davidson advances. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Gus. Davidson